For those of you who don't know me, my name is also Andrew. And I just want to start off by saying, I think I can speak on behalf of Drew, on behalf of Nikki, on behalf of the Miller family, on behalf of the Reis family, and say, there is no place I'd rather be than right here, right now. Everybody in this room to celebrate Drew and Nikki. So thank you all. So, the first time I met Drew, probably 15 years ago now, and I remember I'm going to Peters Township Middle School. I'm probably in 7th grade. And I remember I get on the bus, and I look at the back, and I see this big, tall, giant back there. And he's got a tie on. And I'm thinking to myself, that's kind of weird. We got a teacher in the back of our bus today. You know, I'm in 7th grade. I just want to get my seat, just keep it moving, right? But a few minutes later, I asked the person next to me, I'm like, hey, so why is there a teacher in the back of the bus today? He's like, oh, that's not a teacher. That's just Drew Reis. He goes to St. Louis. Then I'm thinking to myself, wait, that kid's in middle school? That kid's 13? He's like, yeah. I'm like, wow. If that giant is 13 years old, I hope he goes to Peters in a few years, and I really hope he plays football. And sure enough, a few years later, he goes to Peters, and he plays football. I'm like, oh, this is great. But, unfortunately, I learned shortly thereafter how he got the nickname, No Hands Reis. I mean, it was unbelievable. This guy would be wide open and he couldn't catch the ball. Even in practice, nothing. You could just flip him the ball. Stone hands. I mean, it was incredible. It was incredible. But, you know what, Drew? I think the No Hands Reis nickname is a bit unfair. Because the best catch that you ever made is sitting right next to you. Nikki, you look absolutely stunning tonight. But I'm not sure I've ever been around someone who's such a joy to be around, with such an infectious personality, just has this natural ability to lift up everyone in the room quite like you. Even more so than your now husband, but you do it much, much better than him, trust me. And yes, even the looking stunning part, I guess you look stunning too today too. But if I'm gonna stand up here and give Drew a bunch of compliments, I'm not going to give him any of the credit for it. So, Dale, Mary, Amanda, Jen, thank you for raising such a tremendous person, a tremendous friend, and now a tremendous husband. So thank you. But for all the good things that Drew is, and there really are a lot of them, the one thing that Drew does not get nearly enough credit for is his relentless passion to take care of his friends, his family, and most importantly, you. I remember probably a couple years ago now, it was right around the time when Drew and Nikki got engaged. And we're down in Hilton Head, South Carolina. And we're on the back patio, it's late one night, and it's myself, my brother, Mike, and Drew, who I've considered my brother for the last 15 years, so I like to think I was with my two brothers that night. But we're out there, we're just talking, drinking, shocking, right? But we're talking, and kind of out of nowhere, Drew goes, you know what, guys? Because you know what makes me happiest in this whole entire world? I'm like, what, Drew? He goes, what makes me happiest in this whole entire world is taking care of Nikki. And you know what? When we heard that, we stopped in our tracks a little bit because, I mean, we knew that Nikki was the one since day one. It was never in question. But to hear Drew say that, we knew that he was with his soul. So, to the Miller family, Rusty, Mrs. Miller, Amanda, I know you don't have any reservations about Drew. and you should. He is the best guy on the planet. I cannot name a better person, and I mean that. But if it makes you feel any better about handing over your daughter today, I can promise you that she is in good, capable, and loving hands for the rest of her life with Drew. So Drew, Nikki, I love you guys. I could not be happier for you two. Let's have some fun tonight, and everyone please raise your glass to the new Mr.